Hi, Steve here from West Virginia Urban Gardener, and today we're going to talk about onions. In fact, we're going to cut right to the onions. And when I say cut to the onions, literally we're going to cut the onions. But the big question is, what do we cut on the onion? When do we cut on the onion? Well, you may have heard that cutting or trimming your onion leaves will stimulate more growth and more growth. I believe that in part, but I don't believe that in full. And I think the important thing is when you cut your onions as opposed to if you cut your onions. An example, when the onions are little like this is the leaf stage of the onion. So they're just trying to form, they're trying to get all of that energy to the roots here. And I normally start trimming my onions once they get about 5 inches tall. I'll trim them down to just a couple of inches. So you see some long ones here, you can trim those down. And what you're doing here, you're actually stimulating that growth to go down into the root system. You can actually use, and you can eat those little onions, and they do have a nice little flavor to them. So let's say we've gotten past this stage now. We've got some onions in the ground, and they started to grow, and they look like this. Now, at this point, they are still in that leaf stage where they're adding more and more leaves. And with each leaf or stem, it adds a layer to the onion. So the bigger the stem and the leaves, the bigger your onion's going to be. And the more of these little layers here, the more layers you're going to have to your onion, the bigger your onion's going to be. So when do you start trimming these? Well, I may be wrong on my thought. I may differ from some, but some may agree. Once they start reaching this stage here, I no longer cut my onions down, because I think that each leaf that grows out of here is important for the development of the plant. So when your onions get to this point, stop trimming, with one exception. When you see that the leaf is falling over here, you still got some growth there, you're still getting energy to there, but this leaf is not adding anything. It's basically a dead leaf. Here, 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 these are dead leaves. So you can actually trim those back. And the benefit there is that it doesn't pull your plant over from the heavy leaves falling over from leaves that are falling over. But by and large, you want to let your onion plant grow. Don't trim this down, don't mow this down. It's my thought. I've been successful in this method, and I think some would agree with me that this is a good way to go. So from me to you, happy gardening from West Virginia Urban Gardener.